I so often fall into the trap of setting ambitious goals, and without fail, I end up nowhere near achieving them. I know goals are important for providing direction in life, but it's so hard to actually accomplish them. But what if I told you there's a simple system that helped me achieve more in a year than I ever thought possible? Last year, my wife came up with a simple weekly goal tracker that changed everything. I couldn't believe what I was able to accomplish by using it. I learned a musical instrument, learned how to read music, read more books, started development on a gamified task manager app, and even got monetized on YouTube. In this video, I'll show you how to set up the tracker in a physical notebook, and then I'll show you how to do the exact same thing in a digital format. So let's get started. So this is what the tracker looks like. I've already drawn it out in my 2025 bullet journal, and it's pretty simple to set up. You start by creating a few columns across the page. You start with a week column, and then you list the goals or the areas in which you would like to improve throughout the year. For me, I'm continuing to learn my musical instrument that I talked about, the ocarina. It's a flute-like instrument. I am also continuing to learn pixel art. I am working on a gamified task manager app, and I'm using pixel art as the aesthetic. I'm continuing to work on my YouTube channel, so I'm tracking what videos I'm creating. And then I also, once again, I'm working on a gamified task manager app, and so I'm keeping track of all the things that I'm doing to build that app out. And then in the week column, you fill out all the weeks of the year. Now, I start my weeks on Mondays because it coincides with the beginning of my work week, but you could easily have the week start on a Sunday. That's how my wife likes to do it in her tracker. And you list all the weeks out all the way down to the bottom of the page, and then in my case over to the next page. I'm using a B5 size notebook from Archer and Olive, so it's a bit bigger of a notebook. So it's possible that if you're using a smaller notebook, this will go a little further down on the next page. All right, so how you use this tracker is you go through each week and you pick something that you are going to work on for that week that fits under that category, under that column. And this is really the powerful thing about this tracker is that because it's based on a week, if you don't, for instance, as opposed to like a daily tracker, if I don't practice ocarina every single day in the week, that's okay. As long as I do something in the week that helps me practice the ocarina and get better at the ocarina, then I can list it here. Now, for here, I am looking at reviewing a piece of music that I've already learned. On another week, I might list a piece of music that I am learning that week. If I were to do this, if I were to learn a piece of music every single week, I would have like 52 new pieces of music that I had learned throughout the entire year. That's incredible. 52 pieces of music. That's amazing. Now, I'm probably not going to be able to learn a brand new piece of music every single week throughout the year. So, in order to be able to track things, I've got an example of this right over here with this YouTube column. I'm working on this goal tracking video. I started working on it last week, and I'm continuing to work on it this week. So I drew a line to indicate that this video is being worked on in these 2 weeks. So if I were to take 2 weeks to review this piece of music, I could put a dotted line here, and that would show that that took 2 weeks. Even then, if I took 2 weeks for every piece of music that I was learning, that's like 26 or so pieces of music that I'm learning throughout the year. And doing it week by week goes, so for instance, if I didn't practice ocarina on Monday, I could do it on Tuesday. If I didn't do it on Tuesday, I could do it Wednesday, so forth. As long as I'm working on it at least once a week, I'm making progress towards the goals. It relieves a lot of pressure knowing that I don't have to do every single one of these every single day. Now, I don't want to wait till the end of the week to do them because then everything would get stacked up and then I wouldn't get them done. So it's a good idea to still spread them throughout the week, but man, there's just so much less pressure. And this lack of pressure is really what helped me to accomplish my goals in the year of 2024. Now, I wanted to show off the tracker as it was filled out in 2024. As you can see, I was learning the ocarina. I was working on pixel art. Part of the way through the year, I added this slash drawing because I was taking a break from the gamified task manager to focus on my YouTube channel. I had, at the beginning of the year, I was alternating working on the app and working on YouTube. But part of the way through the year, you can see these little YTs here, that's YouTube. Part of the way through the year, I took a break from the gamified task manager to focus on YouTube so that I could get to the point where I was monetized. I was also working on reading, which helped me read more books. However, I had so many weeks where I was repeating the same book over and over and over again. That would have been a really big box if I had done it the way that I'm doing it in 2025. By the way, that was another brilliant iteration from my wife to draw boxes around multiple weeks on those times when you learn a piece of music over 2 weeks. I moved reading to my daily habits because I just want to be able to read at least one page of my book every day. Now, I made a mistake with my tracker in 2024. I only did this on the one page, and so I didn't have the rest of the year after this week in October. And this really showed me what a difference this was making for me. I was doing YouTube videos every week. I was drawing, I was practicing ocarina and learning ocarina, I was reading. And then after this week, when I was no longer tracking these things, pretty much every single one of these things fell off. I did, all these YouTube videos throughout the year. And then at the end of the year, I did maybe 2 or 3 in the last few months of the year. And it's because I stopped tracking. This is a powerful, powerful tracker that helped me so much in 2024. And I'm excited to continue to do it in 2025. To create the digital version of this goal tracker, all you need is an app that has the ability to create tables. So something like Google Sheets, Microsoft Excel. I'm going to be using my favorite note-taking app, Obsidian. I've built an entire productivity system, task manager, project manager inside of Obsidian. And this goal tracker is something that would fit perfectly in with that. So I'm going to go over here to my 2025 folder, and I'm going to create a new note. I'm going to call this 2025 goals. And then I'm going to right click and I'm going to say insert table. This gives us a little 4x4 table. The first column is going to be week. And then we're just going to say goal 1 to get us going here. Goal 2, goal 3, and goal 4. So we've now created just basically those same headers that we saw in the analog version, and then I can start filling out the weeks. So the first week started off with the 30th of December 2024, and then it went to the 5th of January. To create another row, you just hit enter, and we're going to do the 6th through the 12th of January. So I'm going to go ahead and fill all these out to the end of the year. So I've got all the weeks of the year listed out here, all ready to go for me to be able to track my goals for 2025. I can go back up to the top, fill in my goals here, and then fill in the boxes for each week, what I'm going to do to move towards accomplishing that goal. Now, if you're an Obsidian user, I will be putting this template up on my website. You can go and download it. A link for that will be in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in other videos on analog and digital productivity systems, watch one of these videos next.